Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to the Scratticus Academy. It is, what day is it? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, so that means we have some Call of Cthulhu and the premiere of Twilight Sands. So first of all, we're going to go round and just say hello to all these lovely new faces before we kick off. But also, please check out some of the links in the chat, including our super awesome sponsors in the form of Bird in the Storm and Mayhem Press. You can see all their links there, and we couldn't do this without them. So a big thank you to them. Otherwise, let's hop around and say hi. So let's start with Sage Ophelia. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Sage Ophelia, same thing on Twitter. You can find me. I also sometimes write in a blog that I post about all the time on there. I'm going to be playing Maria Santiago, but we'll talk more about her later, probably. It's awesome to be here, and it's good to see you guys in chat there.
Perfect. Thank you. And then we're going to hop down to the lovely D&D Paige.
Hi, everyone. I am Paige. Can be found on Twitter as D&D and Paige. I'll be playing Idris Hall. And I'm very excited for you guys to meet her.
Oh, I'm excited too. And then we're going to hop over to the very lovely Nazgul. Hello, welcome back.
Hello, thank you. Happy to be back. And as she said, I am Nazgul on all the social media things, and you can also find me on the Venture Maidens podcast that also streams on Twitch every other Wednesday.
Awesome. Perfect.
Oh, did I say I'm playing Bo Franklin Veed?
Playing Bo Franklin Veed. I need these names written down. And then we're going to head over to the very lovely Atomic Firebird. Oh, hi. You're muted.
Oh no, it wasn't me. I'm the one that did it. All right, episode 1. Yay. Hi, I'm Britt. I go by Atomic Firebird. And I'm going to be playing Theodore Atkinson.
Perfect. Thank you. And also thank you Frost and Fire, who's just given a reroll to Mal. So there you go. And speaking of Mal, hi.
Oh, hi. I'm Mel. You can find me at Mel Hidale on Twitter. I will be playing Edward Clarence Wells.
Perfect. Thank you. So, we find ourselves in this warm place where the dust settles in the air as the people sort of walk through this marketplace. There are bright, colourful silks, trinkets for sale, and huge vats of sort of vivid red and yellow spices, again, which sort of fill your nostrils as you walk about this place. You can hear grunts from the camels as they stand by the port, and cattle and their bells sort of clattering as they're dragged across your path. The year is 1924. You're at the port of Cairo, and the Lady Nile, a ship, is being loaded with cargo, travelers, and all of their belongings. So, Idris and Maria, what are you doing at this port? Can we have a brief description of both of you while you're here?
Yeah. I'm looking around. I'm seeing what can bring me an adventure. I'm looking for drink. I'm looking for music, and I am essentially looking to just experience right now.
And what do you look like?
Kind of like light brown hair, freckles, wearing essentially a little bit of suspender going on, a little tan shirt. She's feeling exceptionally, explory, and she does perchance have a ridiculous hat that does not match literally anything around anyone.
Perfect. And how about Maria?
My name is Maria. I am from Mexico. I am here to look for things. I was sent by someone to board this ship to go to Egypt, and I don't really want to talk about it, because once you talk about it, everyone knows. I'm mostly hanging out with Idris. and looking for the music and maybe a drink or two. I have a rifle, but I'm not showing it off. It just goes with me.
And you can both wonder about this market. And as I said, it's very, very warm and it is busy. It is packed. There's lots of dust being kicked up from the carts and the movement of just people backwards and forth. And there's lots of shouting of people trying to bargain with you or trying to sell you things. And you also see a few bars, which are full of a lot of mainly English and American people. You can see some tables and chairs that are pulled up outside, others inside, more in the shade, and lots of drinks being served. But it doesn't look like an exciting bar. This looks more just like a pit stop. And you can see that you are at the port, and this huge ship, sort of like a steamship almost, is set at port, called the Lady Nile.
But is there music?
There is a little bit of music.
Idris, we should find the music.
Mary be damned, you're right. Let's that way.
You can find a bar, and a bar where someone is just strumming. It's just one lone person sort of playing, but there is a good tune to it. And you see this bar, and you see a fair few people in it. A lot of people have suitcases with them. They have a lot of belongings with them. And there is a man stood behind the bar, cleaning up the glasses.
You think margaritas?
If they got it.
Excuse me, sir. You have margaritas?
And he looks at you sort of for a second. He's like, I can do you whiskey.
Where whiskey it is?
Whiskey, beer.
Tequila?
That I can do. And he sort of like leans below the bar and he picks up these glasses, which he sort of looks at and gives another quick wipe before you do. And he sort of starts pouring them out and pushes them forward.
Cheers to us.
Yes.
What are you ladies doing here at port?
That's a bit personal, isn't it?
I'm a barkeeper. I talk to people. That's what I do.
If you want to talk, let me tell you a story. Have you ever seen a calf been born?
Yes.
You know what? That looks a lot like what's in that bottle right there, what comes out with it. I'm going to tell you, that's right there. You should check that bottle. Something's messed up with that thing right there. But, that's about as personal as we're going to get today, sir. So, thank you.
I merely wondered whether you were getting on the ship, but fair enough. Please take a seat at any table you choose.
Tip my hat. Tip him.
Gonna link arms and go to the table.
And you can go sit at this table. It's a very basic table. It looks like they've been dragged out of someone's home. Just sort of a wooden table, a couple of wooden chairs. And you think maybe there was some sort of candle placed at the center, but the wax has just melted all across the table. And a woman sits on another table, just adjacent to yours. Long cigarette, as she sort of leans back in the chair. Fairly well dressed, not in practical clothing at all. And she sort of glances at you as you come over, just watches you before just taking another drag on her cigarette.
She's looking at us.
I don't know. Is anyone sitting here? Or can we sit?
No, you can sit down.
Oh, okay. So are you going on the ship today? Or no?
I am. Are you?
We are, yes.
What is your purpose for boarding the ship?
We are going to Egypt.
You are in Egypt, my dear.
I'm sorry. We are going to a different part of Egypt.
Are you like one of those crazy adventurers that goes out into the sand to chase things that do not exist?
Me? No, I chase things that exist. She chases things that do not exist.
Crazy and adventurer. You got me there.
And she sort of smiles. It's not a big smile, it's more a curve at the side of her lips. My name is Charlotte.
Maria.
It is good to meet you. And you?
Idris. Nice to meet you.
It's good to know. If you're going on the ship, then maybe we can have a drink aboard at some point.
I would like that very much.
Definitely like a good drink when never say no to one.
And she looks around again. You have no other travel companions.
I know. Unless you know someone.
No, I mean, you have no male travel companions too.
I know. No, they are overrated, I think is how you say.
And that, you see her smile again. Good to know. Me, I do not. I prefer to enjoy this country on my own. But company will never be shunned away. Sometimes I enjoy it. I will let you know if I don't.
And we respect if you don't.
Fair enough.
Mm. There are a few interesting people I've seen boarding the ship, but everyone is traveling for their own reason.
Interesting in what way?
Just a wide variety of people. Some say they're adventurers going to look for treasure in this crazy world. It's all ridiculous. I am here to enjoy the Nile. I want some sun. I want some tea on top of the boat. I want to enjoy the view. And I don't want to hear any silly stories.
Looks pointedly.
Yes.
Well,
Fair enough.
we can be quiet if need be, as long as we don't get too much tequila.
No, it's just part of my trip. I will move on after this little one. This little
The
boy
Nile.
is mine.
I hear some things about the Nile. It's a bit dangerous also. Yes?
Oh yes, it is dangerous.
No, the river, right? Or more the city area?
I'm sorry, I froze. Oh yes, it is very dangerous.
Is it more the river you're interested in seeing, or more the area, the cities?
I am interested in lounging. And I like warm air. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've seen some of the things. She sort of gestures out. She's gesturing towards the pyramid. She's like, I know some people come for the fancy side of it and whatever the history is, but I like warm air, I like good tea, and I like traveling on boats.
Fair enough. Well, you got all three of those here. And I'm gonna like look around and kind of look at the bar again and be like, y'all three, you want another one?
Of course.
She just sort of shakes her
All
head.
right.
No, thank you. I don't drink often.
Fair enough. And I'll get up and like go grab some replacement drinks and come back down and relax and lounge, as she has so declared, on this boat.
And you can see all of like these the suitcases around her. And she soon comes to the end of her cigarette, and you can see her just put it out. I will be getting aboard now. maybe I will see you around dinner. Yes?
Yes, I would like that.
Say so. I like a little dinner party here.
Okay. And then she looks over and you realize after a while that there has been a man stood over by the door. And she just sort of points down at her bags. And he hurries over and scoops them up and starts to head out the door as she graciously stands sort of straightening out this sort of fairly long sort of flowing dress. Then I will see you aboard, ladies.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Same.
And she sort of walks off and leaves the room.
Oh, she's unique, Maria.
She certainly knows how to get her man to do her work for her.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I've never had a man lift my bag my entire life. It must be nice.
Yeah. I hope we see her again.
You know what? I have a feeling we will.
And you can sit there and drink, and you can sit there for a while. You start to see quite a few people that also have cases around them start to get up and make a bit of a move to leave, probably towards the boat.
I think probably we should be getting on.
I'd say so, and pick up small bag I have and look at Maria's and kind of like, offer. I'm like,
I got it.
oh, all right. I guess lounge boat it is now.
Lounge boat it is.
And you can head out, and it's got busier and busier. You hear lots of people chatting. You see lots of people dressed in very sort of almost linen white suits, taking the luggage on board. You can see Charlotte sort of moving along the deck, and you sort of see lots and lots of people going on board, or people sort of filing to get on board. And at that, from your bag, Idris, Charlie crawls out and sort of clings to your arm, this small little monkey, as it sort of squeaks and squeals, seeing some of the you can see someone walk past with a huge basket of fruit as he sort of swipes it at the side before it's quickly retreating back into your bag, and you can hear munching.
Is he going to be all right on the boat? I know I asked you before, but...
I think it works now. He made it here the first time. I mean, I suspect so. I mean, if next time if you grab me a piece of fruit too, it would be highly appreciated. Charlie, pour a little, not pour, but kind of put some of my tequila close up to it and be like, you want some?
And he's just sort of like, you just see this little hand, and the fingers come up and just sort of slap away this tequila, and you can see it's got like this fruit sort of squished into the ends of his fingers, and as it sort of retreats back into the rucksack.
All right, Charlie, you do you.
Maybe he grew into it.
Maybe he's still pretty young. I got him as funny enough, I won him in a poker game, and I won him because he was a runt. So he's a little extra small, but he's a little extra sweet. You know what I mean? Real
yes. Cute. The expression, I believe, is God stops building you when you reach perfection. So he just got there early.
Damn, Maria, I'll make him cry. That's beautiful.
It's a saying in my town.
And you can see these gangplanks where people are starting to walk up. You can see a man stood just by the edge, looking. So there, tickets, please.
Digs around a little bit. And is my ticket?
And
does Charlie have your ticket?
Just gonna kind of tap the bag a little bit.
As you do, this hand comes out as this sort of very crumpled piece of paper gets thrust through this small gap. You can see a bite mark has definitely been taken out of it.
I'm not leaving you my money anymore either. Hand over my ticket, fruity, bitten.
Yeah, he takes it and he's like, right. And you see a stamp on the table. You see the as it sort of goes. He's like, please enjoy your stay. Your rooms are 17 and 21.
All right.
Thank you.
And you can head on board. And at that, we're going to jump over to Theodore and Bo. Could we please have a description of your characters and what are they doing here and where are they currently at the moment?
Please, Theodore.
All right. Okay, Theodore is wearing this sort of like kind of beigey tan and other shades of tan outfit that you would expect a kind of Ponzi New England person to be wearing when they're going somewhere hot. They have not a fedora because I don't want Theodore to be that guy, but a tan pinstriped hat, and they're just fanning themselves profusely. They aren't carrying anything, but there is a gentleman behind them that is holding a great number of bags. And they are fanning themselves profusely and pointing something out to the person that is beside them.
Which is me, Bo Franklin Veed. Pleasure to meet you. I am wearing a very zoot suit inspired white linen suit. I am holding the jacket of my suit. The jacket has a nice tan plaid on it with bright yellow suspenders. And I'm very, very dark skinned. More of a medium. Let's medium to dark tan. And picture the prince in Prince and the Princess and the Frog. That animated? Yes.
Well, now I'm fanning myself for different reasons.
And I am fanning myself with my jacket. So where are these great pyramids I've heard so much about?
Yeah, Aiden can point them out in a minute. This dry heat, I just don't like this dry heat.
And
we
you
have a really...
You sort of hear like this stack of luggage sort of, yes, sorry, they're over there. You see this tiny little arm sort of try and stabilize what he's carrying and literally point across the river at these 3 giant pyramids. Just there, sir. Yes, yep. Oh, and he sort of recatches this luggage again.
They're a bit smaller than I thought they'd be, huh?
You know, a bit. Gotta say. A little disappointed, but then again, this is my first trip just out of my own city, so maybe I should just wait to be impressed.
Oh yes, I'm sure there's a great deal to be impressed by.
Professor Theodore, sir, my arms are getting a little weak. Not that I'm moaning. Just do we want to put them somewhere?
Well, you see the boat.
Yes. Yes, yeah. Your ticket...
and it was very, very nice of you to offer to carry those bags as well. It was very kind of you.
Yeah, no problem at all. Honestly, it's fine. And then sort of you see him with the really awkward hand like reach into one of his pockets and goes, Don't forget your tickets, like as he sort of holds them out, and then you see him shuffle awkwardly. He can't see it, but you do see one of the some other guests trying to get on the ship sort of as he sort of rocks into them and bumps into them as he starts making his way up the gangplank.
Theodore looks like he might want to say something and might even want to help, but really wants to kind of like follow Bo's
lead. I mean, Bo already showed up with a way better version of the outfit that, he in his mind had imagined would be the sort of thing that he would wear to this place. So he's just following Bo's lead. Thank you.
You think he's all right to find our rooms?
Oh, he's very confident. He's a very good intern. Actually, I guess I did hire him. Yes, assistant now. Yes.
All right, we'll give him some room. I don't want to put too much pressure on the young man. I know it's a little intimidating being around a rising star, but I remember the days when I started out from his position, so I get it.
Really? I would really love to hear more about that.
Well, we have plenty of time on the boat. Right now, I need to get out of the sun. I'm used to LA weather, but this is a whole nother world.
I've never been to LA. I'd love to hear a lot more about that as well.
Oh, same dry goodness that you're enjoying right now.
Oh. Well, I'm sure the way you tell it will be very interesting.
And you can see where they're starting to check tickets to head on board. Can the stream still see us? The Zoom crashed? Okay, Zoom has crashed.
Yeah, looks frozen on the Twitch channel.
This happened yesterday as well. There's something going on.
Do we know where we were?
Audio. Okay, everyone, we're going to take a really quick break. It's happened again. I'm sorry. We'll be back in a moment. See you in a minute.
So are our mics still hot?
I think so. Yeah, audio's fine. Hi, we're back. So we're going to jump straight back in to Theodore and Bo. And as you can see, the people boarding, people have now started to form a queue and a line with this man who seems to be taking tickets and stamping them as he sits at like this little table with an umbrella sort of propped up above his head.
Well, I'm ready to stroll on in and grab myself a cold drink. How about you?
Oh, yes. Would you permit me to buy you one? I would
Oh, no worries. We're here on the studio's dime.
Oh, well,
It's on me.
all right.
I'll take care of you, bud. Slaps you on the back.
Eyes get a little wide.
And
Thanks.
we'll approach the ticket man.
Yeah, he sort of looks up, gives you a smile. Definitely a very fake one. It's a business. As he sort of reaches out. Tickets, please.
Afternoon.
Afternoon. Yes, okay, I see. You are in Suite 24, and you, sir, and takes Theodore's 23.
Oh.
Refreshments are being served up on deck, up on the top deck by the restaurant.
How many levels is this ship?
Well, we have the standard seating up above, we have the balcony on the main deck, and then there are 2 rows.
Perfect. Pretending like I know things about boats. That's a good size.
Welcome aboard the Lady Nile.
Thank you.
Stroll on in, going straight to the bar.
You can head up onto the top deck. You've got this sort of wood planks all the way along, and it's not got like an awning, but just lots of very large, sort of almost like umbrella sort of things sort of put up for the shade, and you can see a couple of waiters dressed in white suits walking around with glasses of champagne.
Mm.
I guess white is in style right now.
It's sounds about right for this kind of weather. Let's see if I can go find us a bottle.
Oh, you're going to pick. All right, sure.
Hope you don't mind.
No, not at all.
I want to find the prettiest waitress.
You can find a very pretty waitress. She looks like she's serving more the food than anything else, and she's like, "Hello, what can I get you? I've got," and she starts to sort of list off these just small sort of hors d'oeuvre type things.
Well, we'll take something cheesy, please. And give me your finest, coldest bottle of champagne, please.
Oh, yes. We are serving champagne, but you want a whole bottle?
Oh, yes. I'm afraid we'd be taking up too much of your time if we drank by the bottle, or the glass.
Oh, of course. If you want to take a seat, then I'll bring it over.
Thank you, darling.
Okay. And she sort of like rushes off. And Theodore, behind you, you just hear it, excuse me, as this very tall, very sleek woman in this long dress sort of not pushes past you, but sort of just tries to weave behind you. I'm sorry I didn't knock your drink or anything, did I?
Oh no, of course. I don't have a drink just yet.
Are you okay? Are you on your own?
Oh no, I've got an assistant, and I've got.
She looks
Talking
around.
too much. Hi. I'm Professor Theodore Atkinson.
She sort of holds her hand out. It is a pleasure to meet a professor, someone of intellect. My name is Charlotte Carter.
Is she holding it like this, or is she
Yeah.
holding?
She is holding it like that.
Then he will grab it and he'll kind of like do that like, awkward, like he shakes it like a little bit instead of actually doing what he's supposed to do.
She sort of watches you confused, looks at you, and then smiles, just sort of. And an intellect such as yourself, why are you aboard? Come sit with me. And she sort of pulls up a chair.
Theodore kind of like looks over to where Bo had gone, and
I insist you sit with me.
I could not possibly say no to insistence then. He'll go.
And she sort of gestures to the sort of almost like a lounge chair opposite. So do you not drink?
Oh, I certainly do. Yes, I have a friend actually who went to go get a bottle of something.
Oh, you buy by the bottle, okay. Do you mind
Well-
if I smoke?
Oh no, of course not. I don't usually drink by the bottle, but you know, he really had a preference, and you know.
I know. So, why are you and your drinking companion out here?
Well, you know, I didn't actually stop to ask whether or not I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Yeah. My friend is, you know, he's in film. You know, I know it's new and weird and not as good as theater, but he's very interesting. Anyway, he's got some sort of part that has to do with, you know, Egypt, and I'm you know, showing him.
You're
The ropes.
showing him like a tour guide.
I wouldn't word it like that, you know, exactly. It's a lot more of an academic exploration of things than just, you know, just tourist stuff. You know, he's starting to like look at like his pocket watch and like getting a little fumbly because he doesn't like being put into feeling like he's in a position of somewhere like below his station, but he also isn't good enough at this to.
She sort
Okay.
of seeing this, just leans forward a little and rests on the table. So if you don't want the tourist traps, where do you go?
Well, you know, honestly, my assistant has all the notes on that. But really, if you don't want to, you know, hit the tourist traps, then you've really got to avoid the things that are, you know, anything shaped like a pyramid, like, you know, made out of like, you know, paper. Avoid any pyramids made out of paper because those are going to be, you know, what they try to sell to the children and the people who aren't paying too much attention. And you know, I actually saw. When I was here last, there was a stall that was selling wax pyramids. They said that they had like a candle wick at the top, and they said that if you melted them, then you'd get an authentic piece of a pyramid inside when it melted. But it turned out that they actually all ended up melting while they were packed away in the luggage because it was so hot. And Theodore stops because he realizes he's been rambling on and on about this. You know, I can just get my assistant to get the notes on that sort of thing, actually.
Fine, I enjoy your company.
You do? I mean, thank you.
And at this point, Bo, you can see Theodore sat sort of, this is very beautiful woman, this sort of very short cropped jet black hair, sort of long flowing dress, long cigarette holder and cigarette in one hand, and a glass of champagne.
I would like to size her up, literally. Can I tell whether or not she is... How tall is she?
She looks to be around 6 foot.
Ooh, damn. Legs for days. Okay.
Mhm.
Have I got my bottle yet?
You've got your bottle. It was brought to you very quickly.
Okay. A nice, lovely fat tip. Stay cool, darling. And I kind of fluff up my hair a little bit and breathe a little air into my very sweaty shirt and head over to the table and greet the two of them. Hello.
And so then when the all of the candles they melted together and Zephyr like this.
Hey, Theodore, hey.
Bo.
Is this your drinking companion?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm a whole lot more than that, but who are you?
My name is Charlotte Carter. It's nice to meet you.
And you too.
Who are you?
Oh, excuse me, ma'am. Bo Franklin V. It's my honor to meet you.
She raises an eyebrow at you as you say this. Please sit down.
Oh, I'm happy to. Would you care to join us with a glass of champagne?
I don't drink a lot. I'm quite fine with my one glass, thank you.
Whenever you need, honey.
Don't call me honey.
Well, sure thing,
Charlotte is fine.
Charlotte.
Thank you, Bo. And she sort of smiles. It's not like an angry smile, like you haven't annoyed her. It's almost a playfulness.
Have I interrupted a personal conversation here?
Oh, Theodore was just telling me about all the wonderful things about Egypt and the non-tourist trap places to go.
Yeah,
Theodore's been a wonderful guide for me. I've only been here a short time myself, but I've quite enjoyed his company.
Theodore just gulps kind of awkwardly.
Please go on. I would love to hear about these private locations we might have some time to check out. And he looks at Charlotte.
Are you not here for all of the adventures in the papers and all of the silly sort of adventures people want to go on? Then are you genuinely here for just interesting matters, or are you chasing treasure? Like so many since, you know, the discovery.
That just seems incredibly far-fetched. I mean, you wouldn't really want to go chasing treasure here because there's, you know, so many pickpockets and things. It's just if you go to go chase treasure, then it's just going to be a total mess, a complete mess. We're definitely here for academic purposes. We're very interested in the concept of the treasures that might be hidden, but we don't want to take any for ourselves. Of course, that would be incredibly rude.
We have no use for any dead
Champagne?
people's treasures.
You're not thrill seekers or treasure hunters. You're not scared of curses or anything like that.
I generally avoid things that are too thrilling.
Interesting. Well, what did you make of the discovery 2 years ago? Because so many come this way for that.
What discovery are we talking about?
Oh, well, your professor here must know the discovery of Tutankhamun and Howard Carter. And how all of his men die very soon after discovering.
Oh, you know what? It's crazy. I forgot about that. That's the whole reason I'm here.
Oh.
Well, see, I'm from Hollywood, and I'm making a movie about this. Well, it's not my movie. I just happen to have gotten the lead role.
But you know, academically, that discovery isn't necessarily really what we're trying to get Bo a very authentic experience of what it's like. You know, he needs to be able to really immerse himself in the culture here before he could, you know, play his part. And you know, the discovery is not particularly important. Did you got that bottle, right?
Oh, yeah. You need a refill?
A start fill.
All right, I pour you a glass. Not realizing I've already drank two.
And she sits and just watches you, probably quite uncomfortably, for quite a while.
Theodore's gonna try real hard to be happening to take a sip if any questions are directed to him.
Bo is going on about this is going to be the next big thriller film after Nosferatu, and he's playing the hero.
And she'll just nod every single time you say something like that. We are going to hop over now to our last but certainly not least new character. That's Edward Wells. Edward, can you please describe what your character looks like and maybe what they're doing here?
Edward is thin and sweaty, and he looks very rumpled. Everything, his shirt, his plain white shirt and his red tie look like they were nice at one point, but they're just wilted and rumpled, and they completely don't match the old beat-up army duffel bag that he's got with him.
And what is Edward doing here, or what is happening right now as he moves through the market?
He's trying to make sure he's not getting followed.
Okay. Who would be following you?
Probably the Theodore's gonna hate this. The museum that I might have been in last, and I might have taken some things. They're not happy with me.
Okay. And I need you to make me a spot hidden check, please, as you sort of weave amongst this market. Okay. As you do this, you're sort of moving amongst the market, sort of just probably distancing yourself.
Yeah.
And sort of trying to move inconspicuously. And as you look back, you see someone looking at you and then sort of tapping someone else on the shoulder. So there he is! And immediately they break into a run.
I break into a run as well, trying to dodge through the crowd.
You weave in amongst all these people, and you suddenly realize how busy this place is as you sort of accidentally nudge and crash into quite a few people as you run through. I'm going to need you, to make let's have a look, a dexterity, a straight up dex roll, please, to see how well you weave amongst all these people. Yeah, okay, you've been chased before. You can see someone walking past with this huge sort of like basket of fruit. As you move it, you've managed to duck underneath as they sort of see you last minute. And you can see two of the men, and then you spot a third. As a third comes tearing towards you across the main street, as he sort of almost collides with this person carrying all of this fruit. And as you can take off down one of the other routes, this person is pulling this ox almost across your path. What do you do as it blocks your path as they start closing in on you?
I'm going to throw my bag over the ox and try and jump over the ox after my bag.
Okay, so you can throw the bag over easy, but I need you to roll a jump for me as you're breaking into a run and having to throw your bag over this.
No.
Yeah, you see it as you run, you throw your bag over this ox, and a couple of people watch it go, but as you check back briefly to see if they're still running towards you, you crash into this hefty sort of creature, and it completely floors you onto the ground. And you see them getting closer and closer as you hear the horns of a ship about to leave.
Shit. I crawl under the ox.
I will let you free action crawl under the ox.
Yep.
You shuffle under, and you're caked in dirt now.
And I crawl under, and I don't even bother to dust myself off, but I lurch up into the run, and I grab my bag as I'm going, and I double check that my derringer's in my pocket.
You're all good. and you can get set and you can go. Where are you running?
Well, I heard a ship, and that's leaving, hopefully, and that's as good as anywhere.
You can see just ahead of you at the port, this ship. You can see people waving it off as it starts to move away, and some of the gangplanks start to fall away from this ship as you hear the horns erupt again.
I will look over my shoulder one last time and then sprint towards the gangplanks.
Okay, you can run up the gangplanks, but I'm going to need another jump roll for you, as you're going to try and jump and get onto the side of this ship.
No.
I want to point out, just so you all know, you do have a reroll.
I think we'll use a reroll, because I do want to get on the ship. Nope.
Oh my gosh! You scrabble. In fact, you see the people behind you, and they're so close as they sort of. How close are you to passing? Just out here, just so you remember, you do have luck, which you can use to get you to. So say you rolled 42. If it was 40, you could spend 2 luck to pass.
I need to meet what it says in the box for my skill.
Below it, yeah, meet it and below it.
So I would need to spend 22 luck to meet it.
Yeah, no, you don't have to do that. I'm just saying. So, and what I will say is, you run up this gangplank. Your bag is attached to you as you're running. Lots of people look at you. Some of you, if you sort of like push through all these people and run up this gangplank, and you can hear them yelling behind you as you run and you jump and you miss. And Idris and Maria, you're walking around the ship as you see this man fling himself towards the ship and sort of disappear from your line of view as he doesn't quite make the railings.
Do you see this?
Maria, what the hell? I'm gonna go over to the rail, look over and go, do I see?
There is a massive splash as Edward, you crash into this water. The bag sort of almost keeping you afloat.
Is there a rope around? Maria, do you see a rope? This man's gonna drown. Look at him. He barely knows how to swim. I can tell right now.
You've got like life preservers that are attached to the ship. And I do need you to make a swim check, please, Edward.
Oh shit.
If you fail, like, yes!
Yes! I apparently can swim.
You're swimming as fast as the boat.
You manage with this heavy bag that's almost got some air in it to keep you afloat. As you see these 2 women lean over the side of the ship, you manage to keep yourself up and swim quite strongly as the ship is slowly pulling away.
Little help, dolls? Yeah?
You call us dolls?
He called us dolls. Did we let him drown or did we throw it to him?
Thank you. This broma. I throw it to him.
Yeah, you can easily swim to this Edward, as a couple of the people who are working on the ship and just sort of one of them yells, "Man overboard!" as they start sort of scrabbling and trying. Once you have it hooked around yourself, they start pulling you up until you are on board, absolutely drenched. You've also got 2 more rerolls, Mal, now.
Yay! Apparently I'm gonna need them. I set my bag down and water just pools out of the bottom, and I just stand there and like squeeze out my tie.
You don't have a wash?
No, not. I'll get one. It'll be fine. Thanks.
You must be really excited about this boat then, to jump in.
I'm really excited to be leaving. Yep, really excited. Yeah, no, just I can't wait.
Are you running?
Isn't everyone?
No.
Well, everyone's running either to or away from something, aren't they?
Some meander.
With the drink in hand.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I was just in the drink, and I like it right here a little better.
What? That's fair enough. You know, and you look like you need a drink. I'm sorry. What's your name?
Wait. Excuse me. We saved him. I think he owes us a drink.
You know what? Shit, it might be the 2 tequilas I just had, Maria, but you're right. Sir, you owed us a drink.
Sure. I can, I pull out a, like, wet, wadded. This is all I've got.
This is all?
Yeah.
Nice. I buy this round, okay? You like whiskey, champagne? What do you drink?
Whatever you're willing to buy is more than fine, thank you.
I'm sorry, what is your name?
Edward Clarence Wells, but everyone calls me Edward.
Eddie?
No.
Ed.
Edward.
Edward, okay. I'll get us some drinks.
All right, so Edward, I'm Idris. Nice to meet you. Where are you running from, sir?
You know, just a couple of bad turns. Just trying to get away.
Fair enough. I think we can all understand that bit right there.
What are you all doing? What are the two of you doing here? You seem to know each other.
Well, Maria,
coming back with drinks in hand.
And you can be like you can sort of make your way to the bar area, and you can see you actually see Charlotte sat talking to 2 men at one of the tables, as you see some more waiters and waitresses move around with these drinks.
I just sort of like give a little wave to her and grab drinks and go.
Should we sit down? You want to sit down? Like, still.
You don't got to change your clothes, do you?
Yeah.
I offered you some of mine, but I don't know if it's, sir.
It's fine. It's fine. You know, it's hot out. I'll dry off quick.
Fair enough.
Idris, I got drinks. I don't know what they are. I just grabbed them.
That's all right.
Well. Edward.
He takes whatever it is and just in one go.
And Edward, as you do that, as you knock that back, you sort of notice a small little face peeking at you from Idris's bag. Just this little sort of monkey sort of is just poking its head out sort of quizzically at you. You can hear that little chatter and that squeak.
Is that yours?
Well, I like to think of it as a partnership. But this is Charlie. This is Edward.
And he jumps, he pulls himself out of the backpack and sort of jumps on the table. You see the end of whatever fruit it was he was eating as he crouches and just continues to sort of munch in it.
Edward's kind of fidgety, so when the monkey jumps out, he like, okay.
Careful, you go back overboard.
I hope not.
You'll never guess who I see? You remember it from the bar?
Oh, sure. The fancy one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I remember her.
She's here with 2 men.
Well, I guess whatever floats a boat.
Right.
Get it, floats a boat, because we're on a boat right now.
See.
There we go, Edward. I thought I'd like you a little bit.
And this woman does spot you. She looks over at you, and Theodore and Bo, you can see her sort of pause the conversation with you and wave over at Maria, Idris, and this very soaking wet gentleman that is sat at the table with them. Huh, I don't think they had a male traveling companion.
I wouldn't swim in this water. I don't think it's very hygienic.
There's a lot of things that'll eat you.
It's a really
That
confused
too.
bunch of people standing there together. Do you know them?
I have had the pleasure of acquainting two of them. The soggy one, however, I don't know. And I also don't remember the monkey.
What? Where?
The monkey just on the table over there. I don't know if you can see it.
Uh-huh.
You don't like monkeys?
You do? I think they're very alarming.
I think they're
Faces?
adorable. Look at it. Look at it. Like, she sort of like, she gestures over there and it's sort of like, has paused to look over you with this like fruit mashed around its face.
I lean into Theodore's shoulder. Is that normal here? People just walk around with wild animals on their shoulder?
Actually, it kind of is. Sometimes, you know, the laws on exotic pets are a little bit more lax with the trade routes that are here, and you know.
I had a beautiful parrot once. A real biter. Had to go.
I also find parrots rather alarming, but not quite as alarming as primates.
What is it you find alarming about them?
Honestly, it's kind of the same thing where you can just tell they're probably thinking. You know, with a lot of animals, like, you know, cats or dogs, they're probably thinking, but you know, just, you know, very base. I want to eat. I want to take a nap. Those things, they're probably thinking how they'd like to escape or bite you or cause you harm or.
And this monkey is now sort of really focused on Theodore just eating at the same time because you've acknowledged him.
You know, find some sort of ancient Egyptian spirit and have it curse you. You know, that sort of thing.
So you're worried about those sort of curses, but...
No, that was you know, pseudo-academic humor. It actually, you know, that sort of thing would have gone off pretty well in the break room of the university, but that was, just forget about it, you know.
Yeah, just cutting the tension. Don't worry about it, buddy.
That
We mean no offense or whatever it is you're assuming we're here for, lady, but we're just here to do our own jobs and try and have a good time while we do it.
That's what I'm here for. A good time.
Oh, well, I can help you with that.
I'm perfectly capable of having a good time on my own. I come here often, at least once a year, maybe twice.
Well, maybe you can help me.
As she sort of like tilts her head and smiles. How?
Maybe another bottle of champagne and I'll tell you how.
I tell you what. You go order another bottle of champagne and put it on my tab, and I'm going to get my friends to come over here and join us. I can tell them to not have the monkey near you, Professor.
You know, I can go order it. You know, I'll let you two talk. And Theodore will, before she can protest, Theodore will just get up and scooch over to the bar.
And Charlotte leans back and sort of looks over at Idris and Maria, and she's just like, ladies, you said you would join me for a drink. Please, do. And your damp friend.
All right. Well, sounds like we got a little group date over here going on.
Or something. Edward, you come? You meet Charlotte with us?
Yeah. Just I'm gonna go get another drink. I'll meet you there.
with your soggy money.
Still spends.
I suppose. Maria will sort of point out where Charlotte's sitting and join.
Mm-hmm. And you can wander over there, and Charlotte immediately gives you both a smile. It's like, I did not know you had a little companion. So it sort of looks over at the monkey. It's like, do they have a name? She sort of holds out. It's looks like it's something that's not normally edible for monkeys, but she's like got out like this like sweet or something, and she sort of just holds it out to it.
Ah, yeah, this is Charlie here. All right, Charlie, why don't you come out a little bit more, and I'm gonna like kind of like tempt Charlie down my arm. You're like, it was tiny, but he's sweet. You like him, you know.
She'll hold out her finger for him to like just grip. He's like, oh, isn't he charming? My friend over there by the bar, I don't think they like monkeys, cats. Though, in fact, I'm not too sure what they do like, but maybe we'll just keep Charlie over here. Or next to you at least.
That's just not natural. But Charlie, why don't just come back? You can put your head out the bag. Just get back in the bag, Charlie. Get in there. I'm just gonna like.
He looks like if a monkey could look insulted, it does, but he does climb back into the bag. This is my friend Bo.
He stands up. Oh.
He is an actor, and he's very happy about it. And Bo is my friend Idris and Maria and Charlie.
Bo, you are in theater then?
Oh, indeed I am.
What stage you perform at?
Well, these days it's more of a sound stage, but grew up a lot on community theater stages. Very small, about 15 chairs, but always got a standing ovation.
From all 15?
Mm-hmm. It's a pleasure to meet you. Take my seat, and I pull up another chair for myself and Idris.
Thank you.
Yeah, I never think I've had 30 hands making noise for me before, but congratulations.
Well, thank you. Perhaps one day you'll see the reason why I've come here in the first place, but I'd like to hear more about you and why you got this little fellow around you.
Someone asking? No.
Me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, just you. All right. Well, I'm going on vacation. I won him in a poker game. And he's so sweet, I just can't give him up. Look at him, he's so cute, and his little head popped out right here. I love this little fella.
He's real cute. Bo doesn't really know what to say. He's not used to animals at all.
We never have fruit flies with Charlie. All the older fruit he just eat right up. He's very cute.
It's like a little person, isn't he?
And you just see those two fingers, sort of like the sets of fingers peer out over the side of this rucksack, and those two sort of big eyes look through the gap.
Like a real hairy little person.
Yeah, you should see him when he gets mad. Starts throwing things. I won't tell you what, but they're unmentionables.
Hopefully we don't need to see that. Where is that? Champagne.
And as you do this, Theodore, are you at the bar or?
Yes, I'm sorry. I was throwing bits for Charlie because that was delightful. Yes, Theodore is at the bar, occasionally throwing like awkward glances back at the table and trying to get the attention of the bar staff, but probably has not succeeded yet.
After a while, you see someone walk behind the bar come over, smartly dressed again, just like, This was left for you, Professor Theodore, isn't it? Yes.
Yes. Sorry. There's, does this place have a policy on pets?
Not really, but they don't usually have a lot of pets on board. There is a gentleman over there with a dog, and she sort of just gestures to this very sort of like white, sort of bearded, sort of salt and pepper bearded man with a white, almost Panama hat and sort of linen suit as he sort of sits there with a whiskey and a walking stick at his side. It's him and a greyhound that seems curled around his ankles.
Oh, so pets are allowed. That's.
Is there a problem?
No. It was just a academic curiosity. Shoots another furtive glance over at the monkey.
And you can see it slowly sort of climbing into this rucksack where my cat is currently really trying to shred my headphones. And you...
Right, so you were saying, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm Theodore.
No, it's fine. And she reaches under the table and puts a bottle of whiskey on the thing. A gentleman left it for you. The table.
Thank you. I do think that my compatriots had wanted more champagne. The table over there.
Oh, of course, yes. Yes.
Can I walk up right as Theodore declines the whiskey?
Yes, please. I'm not declining it. I'm just, It's whiskey.
So Edward walks up behind Theodore and pats him on the back and just, I'll take that bottle from you, and I hand my wet money. I'll take that from you.
And you see the barman sort of, it was left as a gift for the professor, but if you are here as well, then I see nothing wrong with it if the professor does not. You are at the same table, no?
Wait, oh. Yes. Ostensibly, yes.
Yes.
Professor, huh? Lots of learning then?
Presumably, yes. I mean, yes, of course. Yes. Why are you so wet?
I took a little dip. Needed to cool off.
All right. Do you plan on bathing? Because there's so many. Have you ever heard of microalgae? It's could be problematic to your skin. If you develop a bit of a rash and it itches quite a bit, you might want to get that looked at.
I was planning on cleaning up. Yeah. I micro what now? I just don't. It's okay. But so yeah, professor. That's a lot of schooling, right? I mean, most of what I learned, the school of hard knocks.
Police? Oh, I see. Indeed. Yes, well, I mean, there was, of course, a preparatory school and undergraduate and then graduate and then, fellowship studies and then, travel abroad. And, but, yes.
Sounds nice. I was, that's, we should, and he grabs the bottle and just
Indeed.
You can make your way back to this table.
Welcome to the conversation between two characters that have nothing in common.
Like the guy at the bar was sort of even just stood there washing up a cup, but looking at you both very awkwardly to see how this conversation went. But you can arrive back at the table, and Charlotte is there, as well as Idris, Maria, and Bo still there. And Charlie does seem to be in the rucksack.
So Edward sets the bottle of whiskey down and pulls out a packet of very wet cigarettes and just squeezes the water out of them and looks at them and just sighs.
Would you like a dry one?
Yes, please.
And she just sort of reaches down into this small purse that sits at her side and just, not taking her eyes off you, just pushes it across the table to you.
Thanks. And he pulls out a really nice lighter and just takes him a couple tries, but he gets it and he lights the cigarette.
Ooh, Bo notices that very nice lighter. Oh, my friend, you look like you've had quite a day. Been through something.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, that's. I wouldn't suggest swimming.
Nah, wasn't thinking about it.
Me either, but here we are.
He doesn't have more clothes. I don't suppose you have extra, Bo.
Oh, you're saying you didn't get on? You got on this boat without any luggage? I mean, yeah, I can lend you a suit, but why? Where are you going? Where'd you come from?
Edward jumped in the water.
I didn't jump into the water. I
saw you.
The water was the destination, but not where I meant to. No, I've got clothes in my bag, but they're also wet.
No, you jumped right in the water. I saw you, and then you swim. It looked very on purpose.
Yeah, we kind of had to fish you out, you know.
I'm very thankful that you saw me and you helped me, and if there's anything I can do to repay you that doesn't cost money, because I just gave the bar the rest. I brought this whiskey, but I gave the bar the rest of my cash.
Yeah, no worries. Take a breath. I will take your whiskey.
And that was actually kind of confusing because the whiskey was not did not cost money.
I meant to give the money to you, but the bar person took it.
Oh, well, that's.
I was going to pay you for
fine.
your whiskey.
I've got money. It's fine.
And he just takes a really long drag off that cigarette. Just watch the ash go.
He pours us both a glass. It's like, all right, now you're here. I'll get you some clothes. As soon as that little squirmy guy comes back from dropping our bags off, I'll ask him to pick something out for you.
Thanks. I mean, offers to cheers with you.
Cheers.
And then he just downs it again.
Espera, you say the whiskey is free here? They no charge you?
No, it was actually kind of strange. There was a bottle waiting for me, but I don't know anyone here. I don't know.
Wait, this was gifted from someone else, and you didn't ask from who?
It was all, very fast, and then Edward came up, and I didn't get a chance to continue. And then, we were talking about it. Right. I probably should have asked.
Bo starts looking around very suspiciously. And I want to... Is there any... I've never played this game before. Is there any kind of spot check?
Yeah, there's a thing on your sheet that says spot hidden, and you roll the green dice button next to it.
Wait, what?
So on your character sheet...
Yeah.
You will see... top right, it will say spot hidden in the list of investigator skills, and you will see a little green light next to it, and you can just click on that and it'll roll it for you.
Sorry, I'm now entering the Roll20 thing. I thought I had loaded it already and I didn't. Okay.
Okay, so in the investigator's skills, like the long list at the bottom, on the top right of that list, it says spot hidden. And there are 2 buttons with 2 dice on, and you want to hit the green one.
I can't see where on here you're referring to. I don't know if my sheet looks different than yours.
It will look different in the roll 20.
Oh.
So roll me, what, have you got a spot hidden on your sheet?
I don't know. I don't see that.
Ah, okay. I'll tell you then, roll me...
The skill check? The investigator skill check?
Yeah.
Okay, I found it.
A spot hidden, yeah.
I found it, sorry.
That's alright.
And then you're looking for...
You want to roll less than that number or less.
How do I roll that in this?
You should just click the little green button.
Did you
Dice
put
on
your
next to
character?
I didn't put my character sheet in.
Okay, roll me a 1d100 then.
Okay. Sorry, everyone. I apologize.
You're all good. 38. Okay, and what is your score for the spot hidden?
50.
50. Yeah, so that is a pass. So you sort of look around, and you can see a man in a white suit sort of relaxing with a dog curled up around his feet. You can see a couple of other sort of travelers on this ship, and you see the waiters and the waitresses. The one thing you do notice, though, the person behind the bar is no longer there.
Okay. I asked Charlotte, do you know anything about the older gentleman with the dog?
Oh, him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's an older gentleman that is retired. He seeks adventure and he chases stupid stories, basically.
You know everybody?
Well, no, but he comes here quite regularly as well.
You have a place.
I don't know the others here, but this gentleman I do know, he likes to find temples and ruins. He's got a thing for hieroglyphics, I think is what they call it, but I don't know.
Hearing a thing for adventure, Maria.
I hear it as well. Maybe Charlie will like the dog he has.
I don't know if the dog's gonna like Charlie.
Everybody loves Charlie.
How about hear that, Charlie, and like kind of shimmy the bag a little bit?
Yeah, and you see this little head poke out. I don't know whereabouts Theodore is right now, but this head does poke out of the rucksack.
Theodore, slightly stiffens, but Theodore was already so highly strung that it's not really that different.
And sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just gonna be like, oh, sorry, I forgot already. Sorry, Charlie, back down in there now. I'm like, kind of like shimmy the bag and be like, get back down there, Charlie.
Like monkeys.
I had a nightmare once as a child that I woke up and there was one staring at me. I'm actually not convinced that it was necessarily a nightmare because my family and I were on vacation in Italy at the time, and I don't even know what they have there, but it could have been there. But it wasn't there when I opened my eyes back up again, but it was just staring at me and it had eyes like a devil.
Well, it didn't bite you or anything.
No, just staring.
Yeah, so get mad monkey disease then.
Mad monkey disease?
Heck, it is problem. It's a joke, you can laugh.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, y'all gotta drink. Y'all gotta relax a little bit. Maria, we gotta teach them how to relax. They just clearly don't know how to do it too well. Other than this, Bo over here, our 30 hand clapper.
Right. Bo, how many whiskeys until you perform?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was distracted by that beautiful accent. Would you mind repeating that?
I say, how many whiskeys until you perform, Shabo?
Oh, well, I've got nothing ready for you tonight, but I'm happy to send you some premiere tickets when my film comes out.
And where is it coming out?
Well, Los Angeles, Hollywood, of course.
Ah, America.
Ever
I've
been?
never No, not America. I'm from Mexico, and I go to Europe. Most recently from Barcelona, but
Is
no,
that where
no.
that accent's from?
It's from Mexico. Yeah.
It's beautiful. Very romantic.
I'm sure you mean well, you boy.
Well, forgive me. There's just a lot of accents around where I'm from, but haven't heard anything quite as pretty as yours.
I forgive me. How old do you say you are?
I'm 22.
Ay, muy joven. Okay. It's nice to talk with you. I'm sorry, the man who's afraid of monkey. I did not get your name either.
Theodore had just been, doing the drinking to avoid having to make conversation thing. So, coughs slightly. Professor Theodore Atkinson.
Anyone call you Teddy?
No.
No, why not?
No. I don't. That's because Professor would also work.
Profe Teddy, I think you need to relax just a little bit more. I think you need more whiskey. Maybe if we ask more questions, you drink more. Yes.
You should listen to the lady.
And I just want to say a quick thank you for Stefan, who donates for a complication.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, I'm like, thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Complicate our lives.
Gracias.
And as you sort of sit here, you can feel the boat come to a stop. Almost like you can hear almost like a pop, and you see one of the something from the back starts to smoke, and you see a couple of people rush to the back, people who work there, and you can hear someone yelling, someone is in trouble, as this boat slowly comes to a standstill, and you just see Charlotte roll her eyes briefly.
Well, that seems like a problem.
This happened before, Charlotte.
No, this has not happened before. I'm not too sure what it is. Engine may have blown or something. I don't know.
Wait, I'm sorry, Charlotte. Have you told us exactly? Do you work on this ship? Or
No.
you're just also traveling for the fun?
I travel a lot. Here at least twice a year. I don't like the cold. And thank you, Kentucky Hawkeye, for a reroll for everyone.
Thank you.
I enjoy the warm weather and I don't like the cold, so I come here.
Well,
Are they working on getting us moving again?
I don't know. I don't work here.
they say someone is in trouble, but I already saved one life today. I don't know if I can take another.
Yeah, you hear quite a lot of yelling. It sounds like someone is in trouble. As this thing just sort of you see like the boat moves a little bit as it gradually drifts to a stop. The Nile itself seems to be pretty calm, pretty steady.
Okay. I think we go, Idris.
Yeah,
we
let's
need
go
to be
check this out.
heroes.
I have not seen my assistant actually in quite some time, and I should probably like to make sure that he's quite all right.
Be the Prophet Teddy. We go.
Not the one screaming. Thank you. Yes, I would love to come with you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's an awful.
Okay, let's all just go make sure everything's okay then.
All right, y'all. Let's grab the bottle. Let's go check this out. They sound like they need it. Whew, that's some hollering. Take the bottle and get up and go check this out.
Take the bottle and run.
They'll sort of head off, but Edward, Charlotte will sort of reach out and just hold your arm, like your forearm, briefly as you step to go. Why were they chasing you? Because they were. You've got something in your bag, haven't you? It's okay, I'm not going to tell anyone.
You... you know, guy's gotta make a living where he can. That's all I'll say.
So, with that avoidance of answer, I'm assuming it is illegal. Are you a smuggler? Or are you a pickpocketer? Should I be wary of my purse?
You were kind enough to share your cigarette with me. Your purse is safe.
And she looks down at your bag. Who didn't share a cigarette with you?
I think it's better if I don't tell you that. For both our sakes.
Oh, you sound concerned for me. Such a gentleman.
I'm, you know, it's concern for both of us, because word gets around real easy, and it's just, we're gonna, and he picks up his bag and just, all right, we're gonna.
Mr. Wells, a word of advice.
Yes.
When you steal from places like you do, she gestures over to the man who is sat there, now snoring, with this dog held around his ankles. Don't let him know.
Thank you. Good advice. And then he follows the...
She watches you go. And has Theodore gone separately to try and find Aiden?
Theodore was going to the screaming to make sure that the screaming wasn't Aiden.
Yeah. No, you can all head over there, and you don't see Aiden. You just see a lot of people that definitely work aboard the ship. They're shouting in a different language at each other as you see smoke erupting out of the back. And there seems to be a rather tall gentleman who sees you all approaching. Like, hello, yes, everything's fine. We're gonna get stuff sorted. Not a problem at all. So,
Did we hear someone is hurt?
No one is hurt.
Are you sure? There's lots of screaming.
Oh yes. No. Mr. Dawkins gets pretty angry when things like this happen to his ship.
Things like this happen. Things like this usually don't happen, no? Then someone does it.
No. And he looks quite awkward, like he's sort of not wringing his hands, but he's sort of like, we could all go back to the bar and have a drink. What can I do for you? It'll all be fixed very soon and we'll be back on our way down the Nile.
But what's happened?
We are looking into it now. The engine just seems to have run into a little bit of a problem.
Alrighty there.
Any of you fix the engines? I don't know nothing about it.
Oh, goodness gracious,
no, we've got our best people on it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Like I said, we'll be going.
We're not going to sink, are we?
No. We're not going to sink. We're not going to sink.
Are there any other scheduled ferries or ships?
Well, not in the middle of the Nile. No. We will be back on top of it, and we'll be bringing food out soon. We'll be bringing dinner up to the top deck. So everything's fine, and we'll get everything sorted.
You know, I think personally, free drinks would make things a lot better. Just, something to think about. I don't know.
No. Free drinks handed out. That's absolutely fine. As I said, we'll be back on our way very, very shortly, and everything's fine.
Are you sure?
Now, are you trying to find something out, almost like persuade him to tell you, or what are you doing?
I would kind of like to low-key see if I can figure who's guilty here.
Okay. I don't know if you'd roll for that. Because, I tell you what, roll me a persuasion, because he is... You sort of see a mass of people around you.
Will tell you this, I'm no good at this. It's very bad.
Oh! He sort of looks at you, he's like, it's fine.
Nice. We go, I guess.
Well, if anything changes, we'll probably still be at the bar, so...
Oh, we'll leave very, very shortly, I'm sure. It'll be absolutely fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, if it looks anything like a tractor down there, you can come find me, but that's about the only thing I can do. So I'm going to go get back to this lovely bottle of whiskey. And just let us know when you fix this problem. I mean...
You'll be the first to know. You'll be the first to know.
Do you need a sip? You look a little stressed, sir. I'm just going to say right now.
I'm afraid I can't drink on the job.
Yeah. I can take a hint. I'm out of here. See you guys back at the table.
I come with
He's
you.
not interested as to why
go back to the table.
Down.
Prophet Eddie, you find your Aiden?
Oh, he's not here. It's fine.
Well, you know where he is, or you do not care?
Oh no, he's probably back in the room.
Okay. You no want to check, or he's not your friend?
Oh no, I mean we've only been here probably about 45 minutes, and he's got a very thorough unpacking procedure that he does, so I'm sure he's only just now gotten to the bow ties.
How many bow ties you bring?
You know, enough to, they get dirty.
I suppose, or if you fall in the water. Edward, maybe you hold your clothes up to the fire, huh? You dry them out a little?
Knowing Edward's luck, just woof.
I'm okay.
Well, then, 2 drinks. And we'll go back to Miss Charlotte.
You can start walking back, and Charlotte is not there. You do see a couple of 2 people that definitely work aboard this ship, and you can see them sort of frantically muttering to themselves. And anyone who would like to, you may roll a listen check.
I'm so bad at everything I do. Can I reroll that? Can I use a reroll on that?
Yeah, you can use a reroll.
Yeah.
And what was Bo's listen thing anyway?
I'm trying to find the listen. There it is.
I'm going to use a reroll as well.
It moved. It moved. Where did it go? I have to roll below it, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Then no, that's a fail. So
I succeeded.
So
I got a hard success.
I was gonna say,
Oh.
so, Edward and Theodore, you sort of drag a little bit behind the others as the others sort of speedily get back to the table. And you see these 2 workers sort of walk past hurriedly, and you definitely hear the word sabotage as they head back towards the other end of the ship you've just come from.
Theodore will just halt. And then just kind of like smack his hand over at Edward, because Edward happens to be the closest person to him.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Did you?
The workers? They were talking about the trouble.
Uh-huh.
Sabotage. What? I mean, you could go ask them.
What on earth would I say? What happened to eavesdrop on you? I mean, you know.
No, you're right. It's better if we just. They said everything's fine. Everything's fine. We should just trust them. We take them at their word, and yeah, let's just. Yeah, maybe we tell your friends. Maybe they'll do something.
Oh, well, I really only have the one friend here. The others I don't. That I came with, that you came with, I don't know.
Oh, well,
The two most awkward characters
I know!
fell behind, and they're the ones that passed the listen check.
Well, maybe we should just tell all the rest of them anyway. I mean, it's pretty. I feel like they would want to know.
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't know. So I mean, the two, the two ladies, they seem very nice, but that first lady, that I guess not first to you, but Charlotte, there was something very off about her. She was very pushy and odd.
I agree.
Who travels alone? I mean, other than you, obviously. Clearly, you've had some sort of a happenstance or issue or something. That was not meant to be a slight. I meant, what sort of woman travels alone? Really, is more what I meant.
She's very interested in everyone's story. She really wanted to know things, like who talks to strangers like that.
Yes, exactly. Because talking to strangers is absolutely terrifying. I mean, you're a stranger too, but I feel a little bit of a similar sort of talking with other human beings style we've got going on here, and I'm just letting myself, I might actually have some extra clothes for you if you really want to get out of those. I mean, get into something dry. I more meant that she seemed maybe weird, and that maybe she could have had something to do with the potential sabotage. I don't know why I just said all that to you. I've had a lot to drink. I'm going to go back to everyone, I think, because I probably misheard that. You probably misheard that too. Let's go.
Well, okay.
And you can head back as the sun is starting to go down at this point, and you can see candles have been lit on these tables, and food is starting to be brought out. And they seem to come around with a couple of dishes, and you can see a lot of fish, a lot of bread, and a lot of these sort of fairly exotic spices and sauces and things like this as they're placed down on the table in front of all of you. And there is a quiet as you eat, and someone's come around and assured you that the engine will be starting up in the next hour or so, and that everything should be fine. And by the time the main course comes around, you do feel that as things slowly start to get going again.
Does Charlotte ever make an appearance back again, or
the bartender?
Charlotte, you see, she does, but she seems to eat on her own. She looks like she wants to sit there and eat on her own. She's enjoying herself. The bartender you do not see.
Well, Did they ever replace him with another bartender?
There's just the normal waitresses and waiters walking around. There doesn't seem to be specifically a barman. It looks like you order at the table and people come around.
Mm-hmm. Well, where the hell did she go? That's a little weird.
No, there's always, shift change.
I guess. Well, hopefully we see her back.
And
You don't need more alcohol, do you?
Oh, probably not.
Edward pushes the bread over towards Theodore. Like,
Don't worry about me. I can handle my liquor.
Theodore looks down at his hands and then uses a fork and knife to cut the bread and eat the bread with them.
Yeah, that's just weird. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's just strange. Why? Just pick it up with your hands, Theodore. Or Professor Theodore. I'm so sorry. Just pick it up.
Prophet Eddie.
Oh,
There just has not been
Professor.
time to properly wash my hands.
What, you think
Howie
the
wants-
knife and fork are clean?
One would hope.
Yeah,
This
I
is a
see some
reasonably
kitchens.
fastidious establishment.
Yes, that's why all the smoke is here.
Well, yeah, you bring up a very good point.
Mm-hmm. You know where your hands have been. You know where that fork's been. As I
You
pick
don't
up
know where that monkey's been.
You've been in my bag. What you talking about? And I rip off a little piece of bread. I'm like, it's all right. Don't let the big movie star insult you. It's all right, Charles.
Theodore just looks.
Bo leans in. Don't let these women tell you how to eat.
It's all right. I wasn't very
smells-
hungry anyway. And he just pushes the plate away from him politely.
Maria, I eat very fast. I am used to eating very fast.
And soon the evening, it really sets into the darkness now, and the sort of there's villages along the shore of the Nile and things like that, and you see only really the lights from that, other than the candles that have lit up around here, and a few of the oil lamps that line all the way around the ship. And you see Aiden sort of looking around awkwardly, and then spying you, sort of walks over. He doesn't sit down, he stands. He's like, everything's all sorted. It's all done. It's all sorted. Oh, hello.
Thank you. They didn't lose any of our luggage this time, did they?
No, I held on to it all this time. And he looks very proud of himself right now.
Is this your Aiden?
Yes, this is my assistant, Aiden.
Hello. Good evening. He said. He sort of second guesses himself. My name is Aiden. Nice to meet you.
Your assistant professor, or
I'm just his assistant.
So
I carry
you're-
bags, and
Mm.
I'm an undergrad.
Yeah, he spent a few semesters as my teaching assistant. So we just continue.
Aiden, do me a big favor and get my new friend Edward here a new fresh suit. Maybe one of the smaller ones.
Yeah, I can do that.
Good.
I'll be back in a bit. And he just sort of turns, sort of looking to see if anyone else says anything before sort of scurrying off.
Thank you.
It's gone.
Eager, that one.
I
You
think
know-
Charlie is more calm.
Some of his grade does hinge upon the capstone project that he does when we're at the end of this, and he's going to write a report. So
Well, give him a good grade. I think he earned it.
I will keep that into consideration. Professional references are something that we take into consideration.
Sure, however you do your thing. So what was that Charlotte lady going on about? curses, whatever. That stuff's, it's hocus pocus. I mean, they make movies about it.
Well, yes, your movie. See?
Exactly. I didn't really think it was anything people really believed in.
You don't believe it? They uncovered Tutankhamun's tomb and they died. The curse got them.
They died to the curse, or they just die? People die every day.
They read the professor. What are the words? The picture words. The Egyptian picture words. What are they? What the?
That's what I just said.
Yeah, but they.
Hieroglyphics.
That's the one.
I knew that one.
It talks about the curse and don't open the tomb and other things, and they didn't listen.
So it's open. No more curse.
Mm-hmm. They gotta die some way.
It's not like the curse resets every day or anything. No?
Who's to say if it was some kind of curse that killed them? They probably just did something stupid or didn't, I don't know, wear the right masks and...
Yeah, they breathe in the mummy dust.
I really
all that old air.
Breathed in, bones, they dissolve, and, bone fragments breathing into your head. That's very...
They're digging up dead, rotting people. That's...
Very,
no one should be around that.
unhygienic, yes.
Like accidental cannibalism killed them?
Is
That's
it?
one way of putting it, but that is a very interesting theory, yes.
Who would have thunk?
Don't you have to eat it? Is that part of cannibalism? I don't know. I don't study. Profiteri. Is it?
Cannibalism is sometimes often a misnomer. Actually, I did part of my undergrad thesis in the anthropological studies of. It's not a big deal.
So it just has to enter you? A dead person?
Well, I mean, when we write about this, we're not going to, cite that it was cannibalism, but I think in casual conversation we could say that it was, cannibalism just for,
Okay, so I get an accident and I bleed, and they need to give me new blood, but it's a dead person, so I am cannibal now?
Ooh. It just might be.
Damn, Maria.
Well, it's hypothetical.
No, that's a good question. Well, crap. Are we all cannibal?
Yeah, where's the line?
I think often in cannibalism, the thought is that the cannibalized does not have a whole lot of say in the matter, and so maybe that's part of it.
This is fascinating and all, but Professor, didn't we want to talk about what we heard?
Did we?
I thought we did. Didn't we?
What did you hear?
A great many things all the time in general.
What, someone talking about us?
Edward leans in real close and it's like they were talking about sabotage. Someone sabotaged the boat.
Who was talking about sabotage?
The workers.
That's an unhealthy work environment.
Why, you think it's true?
Why else would they? I mean, if no one knows what happened, and I mean, why would the crew talk about it if it wasn't true?
Theodore look awkwardly side-eyed over and see if there has been any response from Charlotte about this conversation being broached.
Charlotte is just sat there, just sat on her own table. If anything, she's watching the gentleman who has not moved from his spot as he's now snoring with a glass of whiskey almost completely drained in his hand. You see the food on the side, sort of half finished.
So that's the guy with the dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, who would have wanted to stop the boat in the middle of the Nile? Not like they can go anywhere.
Maybe it was a curse. Ho ho.
Maybe it was angry fishermen.
As you say it quite loudly, maybe it was a curse. You do attract Charlotte's attention. And she sort of leans back, sort of looks at you as like, you're talking about curses now?
Nah, you know. Apparently that's what people believe around here.
And she stands. Why are you talking about curses? What do you think is cursed?
It's only a joke. Miss Broma. We laugh.
Yeah.
Just
I certainly don't actually believe anything's cursed, so.
Well, at least the boat is moving again.
Oh, yeah. Well,
does he?
yeah. Okay.
Does this happen often?
No, this has never happened before on one of my journeys.
You seem real interested in curses. You believe in them?
I like stories. I don't believe in curses. I believe curses are things men use to scare others.
There you go. You've got a good head on your shoulders.
Well, sometimes you would prefer a curse. Because there are things you must ask yourself. Whether the reality is more terrifying than the curse.
Reality already is a damn nightmare. What else could go wrong?
And she sort of smiles as you see her sort of stand, pick up her purse as if she's about to go. You mentioned sabotage. Why would anyone want to sabotage a boat? No one can go anywhere. No one can do anything. But what if someone got on?
They swim just like Edward.
Or they got off.
Or they dump something.
I'm going to bed, and I will let you ponder this reality or curse until breakfast. Maybe we'll speak again. And she sort of gives you all a nod, and she tucks a very dry cigarette into Edward's pocket and walks off.
Buenos noches.
All right, Miss Charlotte.
Good night.
Well, it is getting a bit late. What do you think about what she said? Someone getting on?
Well, I've seen weirder things today. I saw someone else get on in a weird way, and I'm gonna like kind of pointedly look at Edward like, people seem to want to get on.
I guess.
I mean, I guess people hitchhike boats just as much as any other kind of transportation, so.
Do they?
Around here, apparently.
Such a strange land.
How are you feeling, by the way, you know, from the being in the filthy water?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, the things are fine.
Are you feeling warmer or colder than normal?
No. I mean, warmer, but that's because of the fires and stuff, but not like...
And very soon, almost as you say that, you see Aiden come running back. He sounds a little bit out of breath, like he sprinted up here with a suit folded. He's like, buddy, here you go. Yeah, there we are. I hope it fits. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to just... Professor, you have an aide named Aiden. I just had to point that out. You have... I just...
I'm an assistant.
And another word for assistant is aide, and your name is Aiden, and it's just this... Sorry, that's terribly rude of me. I shouldn't have said anything.
Well, you're not the first one.
Thanks. I'll go change, I guess.
Okay. And so as you get up, Aiden looks over at Theodore. He's like sort of gesturing to the empty seat, just to sort of check if he can sit down.
Yes, please. Oh, I'm sorry. Prophet Eddie, is it okay if your aide sits?
Oh, yes, of course. I was wondering why he hadn't sat already.
I'm just company, and he just sort of like awkwardly sits himself down in the chair. And
I'll push that plate of bread that I only took one bite out of just towards him.
yeah, he sort of like if I do, awkwardly sort of relaxes back. And you can tell he's a very shy person. But his way of being shy is either being very, very quiet or he is gonna jabber on for ages. And he sort of sits there with this bread. He's like, I mean, I understand that people call it an aide, but it is really an assistant. Like, it's for my undergrad work. This is really good.
What is your undergraduate work?
Egyptology. Well, research as well, like specializing in that, but otherwise.
This seems to be a broad. How do you? Is it history? Is it
History. History with a bit of anthropology thrown in. Excuse me.
So you study the whole people.
I really focus on different eras, but I mean, the Howard Carter thing really interested me. It's quite intriguing, you know.
Are you studying the architecture?
I guess that's part of it. A little bit.
A little bit. I'm going.
And he just sort of looks at it, but reaches for another breadstick, almost. Just again, almost like if he's checking it's okay. And he sort of sits back and looks around and starts to gnaw on the end of this breadstick.
Prophet Daddy, you beat him. He's very nervous.
I mean, at chess sometimes. But you know, in general, we don't really have that much time for games. Although the traveling, there are sometimes. You know,
train. The train.
Time. Yes.
The train over here. Got to play a couple of games.
No, you misunderstand. I mean, you know, when you're bad and your mother, she take a broomstick to you. You do the same to.
Who's capable of doing
They both. No. The professor would never do that. No.
What kind of educational system do you think we have?
I don't know. He seems very nervous. It's making me nervous. You relax.
I'm not good with large groups of new people. I'm sorry.
Why?
I might be across as rude.
No.
And he puts the breadstick back.
No, please eat the bread. You eat this is.
No, eat. You seem very uncomfortable.
No, I'm excited. I've never been anywhere like this before. This is actual field work. I can actually see what I read. You know?
Well,
So this is you excited.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because for a minute there, you look like the sheep at the shearing stand. But no, I can see how this is real exciting. Pretty cool. I mean, I'm pretty excited myself. I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen anything like this before. Like kind of motioning to the horizon.
you have an agricultural studies background.
Me?
Yes. I've never actually seen a sheep get sheared, but I've heard that the process can be rather fascinating.
Do people study agriculture?
Of course they do.
Oh no, Professor Teddy. No, I was born and raised on a farm. Call it the field work of education.
That's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, that's what I got and all I got.
So you did the field work before actually studying?
Oh, no. I kind of didn't, go past 8th grade.
He's better than me.
Yeah, you take what you can get, but Mom needed me at home, so she pulled me out, and all you have to really do, and back where I'm from, is just pass 8th grade, and that's all that's required.
Fascinating.
So the shearing process, is it?
Yeah.
I have a friend in another department. Actually, she doesn't go to the same, or she doesn't teach at the same university that I teach at, but she's over at Bentley, and she's the head of the agricultural studies program. And she was actually, it was not about shearing, it was actually about alpacas, but they were talking about how they were streamlining the process of that, and how so I was curious how that was actually being executed in the field, as they say. If it applies.
You got to put them between these two stands so they don't wiggle out, And you kind of got to straddle behind them, and then you just take it, and you take the shears, and you give it a haircut. Then you take that, and you got to process that. I mean, I don't know what you're all packing over here, but all I know is that you shear some...
He's good joke.
I couldn't say it straight. I'm so sorry.
And we're going to hop over to Edward as he heads back. You can probably find a room you didn't book, but there's a fair few empty rooms on here. And after a few knocks, you find one that looks completely empty.
I'll go in and shut and lock the door, set my bag down, and put the new outfit on the bed, and start to change.
As you do, you can hear whispers coming from your bag.
With the tie off and the shirt half undone, he stops and looks over and listens to the bag. Can he make anything out?
It doesn't seem to be actual words. It's almost like the words are so soft they almost sound like hisses. And can you make a spot hidden check for me, please?
Yeah.
As you look, you can see a fastening on the bag, and within this bag, it's very dark. And for a moment, you think you see something, a finger slide back into the bag, as if it was peering out, very much like Charlie, peering out of the rucksack. But in this case, this finger is grey and much longer than a normal human finger.
Edward just stops what he's doing, turns and leaves, shirt half unbuttoned in the wet clothes, nope.
As you can leave this room, and you can close the door behind you. Are you locking the door, or?
Yeah, it's got my bag in it, so if I have a way to
Yeah, there's a set of. There's a set of.
As long as I can get back in, I'll lock it.
You lock it. And you step out onto what's almost like a balcony, as you can hear the water rushing past. You can see the oil lamps lighting the side. And at the other end of the boat, sort of towards the end where the engine is, there's a figure in the darkness stood. And they're tall. They're very tall. In fact, they look like they're approaching 7 foot. And they stand with a slight twist in their shoulders as their head almost like sits to the side as if it's looking at you. It doesn't move. I need you to make a sanity check for me, please.
Why didn't that work? Oh, yeah, that's why. There we go. Nope, I failed. You know what? It's Call of Cthulhu. I'll take the fail.
Okay. Could you please lose 5 sanity points for me as you stare at this creature and you sort of, it's like everything suddenly rushes forward to you, almost like a distortion of the ship itself as it breaks into a run towards you. Each oil lamp it passes on the way out just goes out, 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 and you can hear the footsteps, and each time it looks like it's about to step into that light again, another oil lamp goes out.
I scream and run.
You scream and you run.
Yep.
And each oil lamp still goes out behind you. You can hear those footsteps behind you, like picking up pace, going faster and faster. And you burst back onto the restaurant floor, onto the restaurant platform, almost tripping, almost falling. As you look behind you, the lights are lit. Nothing's there. Your temporary sanity is that you think this person is constantly just out of the corner of your eye. Every time you look, they're not there. But you can see them if you glance to the side. And as you sit upwards and back away, all these lights are on. Out of the corner of your eye, this far away from you, a face slowly moves towards you. If you turn and look, it's not there. And the rest of you have just heard a scream from the lower deck. And you can hear, like, this is wood, like you can hear the running of Edward's feet.
And then we see him come bursting into the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Shirt unbuttoned.
Shirt unbuttoned. No
How
bag.
jacked are you? Just, you know, we need a visual.
Yeah. Important.
He's built like a swimmer, which works for what happened earlier, but he's not like, he's meant to be smaller for what he does. It's easier to get in and out of places.
More lean, less swole.
Yeah.
Edward, are you all right?
Tell me that scream didn't come from you, man.
It didn't.
And
that's completely unconvincing when he says that. He's like, it did not, and it totally did. You yeah.
You see Aiden very anxiously and very quickly eating breadsticks.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, you know, it's just sometimes the dark, it plays tricks with your mind, you know, flights of fancy.
You are scared of the dark?
It's not the dark that's the problem. It's what might be in the dark.
Oh. He is so scared of the dark.
Lights probably just turned off on him or something.
The shirt doesn't seem to fit.
Yeah.
Here, you need buttons. Button your shirt.
Kind of half naked. I mean, I don't think anyone's complaining right now. No offense, Edward, but you should, you know, for the sake of everyone else, you might want to do it.
Yeah, I need to.
Trace.
As you're having this conversation, you notice the greyhound has risen from where he's sat and is just barking in the direction that Edward came from. Sort of at Edward. Sort of briefly looks back from where Edward ran from, but it does seem to be at Edward. And the man's woken up like, no, for goodness sake. And he just sort of like starts trying to, like, he's just like, Caswell! He's sort of like trying to control this dog as he sort of keeps barking. And this man holds on to the dog's collar. He's not aggressively barking. He's not like aggressively going for you, Edward. He is just barking in your vicinity, basically.
Does he smell
Edward.
your monkey or something?
I don't think so. Edward, what did you see?
Before he answers, he approaches the bottle of whiskey and just chugs a bunch of it. I'm not sure. It was fast and it was dark and it ran at me and I'm just gonna.
Are there more monkeys? Or is he still in the bag?
I kind of like shimmy the bag a little bit. I'm like, Charles still in there. Charles, you're right.
You can see Charlie sort of like poke his head up, but his eyes are much wider than normal. He's sort of peering over at the dog and peering over at Edward.
It's all right. He's not gonna get you. I'm not gonna let him get you. Oh, he's all upset, y'all.
Did
He's
you?
got some-
Is he? He does look. I don't remember seeing Charlie around dogs. Is he scared of them?
That's the first time I've seen him around a dog. I don't think he really likes that thing.
Mister, excuse me. Your dog is upsetting my friends.
Yes, I don't know what's wrong with him. He just keeps shouting. Just stop, Caswell! As he sort of like he's yelling, and this dog slowly. You can see some of the lights where Edward came from, and bear in mind these are oil lamps. They sort of really flicker, and there's no breeze. And then one of them goes out, and the dog stops barking almost immediately. Good boy, goodness sake, now just lay down. God, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
Oh no, it's no problem. It's good Caswell. Gives him a pat.
You just get this lick, sort of this tongue sort of quickly curls around your hand.
He's good puppy.
He's a very good boy. Aren't you? And sort of like gives him like a little scratch with his foot.
Well, it's nice to meet you and you. I go back to my friends.
Yes, of course.
Goes back.
Is Caswell a reference to something?
No, I just like the name.
Edward, as you say, in the dark, one of these lamps from where you come, it goes out.
They all went out, and then they were all back, and
I know. One just went out when I was over with the little puppy.
I don't know what to say.
Well, it's maybe a problem on the ship. The wick of the lamps is no good. They get wet or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either. I just I'm just let's just stay here where there's lights. That's Anyway.
Hey, maybe you'll feel better if you check. Make sure.
No.
Oh, come on. I'll go turn back on, and I like grab like a candle or something I can light it with, and I go over to go light this. I'm like, Edward, really, get a hold of yourself. Go to light it.
You just taking the candle from the table?
Yeah.
Light it? Yeah. It's pretty dark where you've gone to right now. As you can see, a secondary lamp has gone out. And you hold like this candle to the wick. And you're holding it there for a while, and it's not lighting.
Oh, I just think this thing is out of oil. I think that's what it is. And I'm like gonna kind of look for someone. I'll try to light the other one, and I'm like, man, I thought we got on a classy ship, Maria, but it seems like between the back and the front and something chasing poor Edward over here, it seems a little,
I think he is just afraid of the dark. I don't think there's anything out here.
You hold
I don't
this.
think there's anything wrong with that. There's a lot to be said for having, a good, healthy amount of fear for the natural world.
And this other one still doesn't light. And you notice the one next to it goes out.
Dang, they really gotta pick up around here. This is getting a little bad. And I'll walk back over with a candle, and if there's anyone who works on the boat on the way back to the table, I'll just be like, I just want to let you know before someone else tells you, but there is a little bit of an issue. You guys are running out of oil down there. People want to fall off this dang boat.
And there's yes. Sorry, we're working on it. Yes. And they sort of like march off. And Idris, I need you to make a sanity check.
Oh God! Immediately frightened. Sandy check. Green, correct?
Green, yes, please.
Okay.
Really is quite odd because I don't know if any of you have ever been to Boston, but on Beacon Hill.
Reroll.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no! Sorry. I'll re-roll that.
You're gonna re-roll it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, made it.
You look back down this way where you've come as you've pointed for them sort to go, and you just see each oil lamp go out as they do. You don't see anything, like you don't see a person down there, but beside your ear for a second you hear a and your candle goes out.
Charlie, dang it! What are you doing? Blowing out a dang candle.
You hear a couple of squeaks from inside the bag.
All right, I'm getting back to this table and I kind of quickly get over quicker and sit down and take a little sip of whiskey. Like, wind's weird here, oil's weird here. I don't really know what's going on here.
That really does seem kind of abnormal. I don't know. Have any of you all ever been to Boston?
No, I don't go to America.
Oh, that's right. You said that. Well, so, okay. The neighborhood that I live in, Beacon Hill, the entire thing is just lined by these oil-lit lanterns, and they last for days. And you'd think that on, the start of a voyage that they'd have enough oil in those things to, last long enough. If the whole, neighborhood can have their lanterns lit for days, you'd think,
Someone
not to say
clearly
anything about this establishment. It's a very nice establishment.
As Theodore's talking about the oil lamps, Edward grabs the dry cigarette he was given and tries to light it. Okay. Does the lighter light up eventually?
Lights. Lights.
Okay. And he...
You have any more of those on you, Ed?
I've got the... I don't know if any of these are dry yet. This was the one the lady gave me.
Well.
But you can have if you want to try.
Why not save it for later? I appreciate it. Takes it and puts it in his ear to get some air.
And you hear a bit of a grumble from the table with this man and this dog. She's like, oh, go to bed. You can see him sort of stand up, just like stretch. Sort of picks up his walking stick from the side. He's like, come on then. And this dog slowly pads.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I believe my friends say the lanterns they go out. Maybe you take the candle with you.
Oh, yes. No, that's probably a good idea, actually. And he just sort of wanders back over to the table. Bloody useless. And he sort of starts walking back down this corridor. But he looks at you with a smile. He's like, thank you. Good idea. Have a lovely evening. Come on. And sort of gestures, pushes the dog further along, who sort of stopped and looked over at Charlie, who's peering out of the rucksack. He doesn't bark. He just sort of almost like a longing look of please let me go and play with that, whatever it is. And soon follows this man. And you can hear him muttering, stupid dog. Oh gosh, it's slippy there, and sort of keeps moving.
I think maybe, but I have been drinking for hours at this point. I think maybe it's time we go to bed. Also, if there is no light, what is the point? It's more dangerous to be moving around. See?
I so much appreciate that. I really didn't want to be the first one that said that they wanted to go to bed, but I've really got some reading to catch up on.
I know, as Mexicanos, we like our siestas.
And Aiden jumps up. He's like, okay. You can see him. He thinks he's being discreet, but he definitely puts some breadsticks in his pocket. He's like, okay, room keys. And he sort of gestures around, and then he goes, Professor, and Bo, sir, okay.
Yeah, go ahead and take the night off, man. I'm gonna be staying up a little while longer, polish off this bottle of whiskey.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go and sleep unless you need anything, Professor. I put all your bow ties out in color coordination.
Thank you. Then Bo's right. Take the night off.
Thank you. And he just sort of, you can hear that crunch as he sort of turns his back and walks off and starts walking down the corridor effectively.
Good work today, Chief.
And he disappears.
You know, did it ever occur to you actually, Bo, did the studio offer to send you with an assistant?
Well, no offense, Theodore, but I figured, is kind of what you're doing already.
There's some mental calculations happening, and then oh yes, you're correct.
Your knowledge is everything that I need, but you've been a great help just the moment I've got here, so figured that was good enough. I don't need too much pampering. I'm still kind of new to this scene, really. I'm really just acting like I know what I'm doing here, but this is my first big role, and I'm just trying to take it seriously.
Oh. I think you'll do great.
I appreciate that. And I really appreciate your help, and for bringing that guy along, because he's doing a lot of work and heavy lifting.
Yes, and I really do try to make sure that he knows that he's appreciated for that. Thank you for recognizing that.
Well, he's got a good professor.
No. Well, I think I'll go to sleep then.
Well, good night.
Edward, you come with us. Safety in numbers.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Anybody come with us? Maria pats the rifle. I take care of them for you. See?
Yeah, I'm gonna fill up my drink and be like, gotta bring the nightcap. And head out with Maria and Edward.
I don't want to be in, cultural differences aside, but Edward and you both. Edward, if you don't have a room, correct?
I found one.
Oh, all right then. Because I thought that there was an implication that he has. Okay, good night then.
And Prophet Eddie, you can walk with us if you want.
Sure.
Yes, you come. We go. Bo, be safe and bring Candle with you.
Oh, thanks for looking out, Maria.
Yeah.
Have a good night, and thank you for taking care of my friends.
Of course, Chavo. Come, we go.
And you can start to walk along the more lit side of the boat, and the oil lamps do seem to be absolutely fine. They're not even flickering. They've been turned down a little bit for as it's time for people to go to sleep. So they give a very soft glow over these wooden planks on the floor. And I'd like you all to make a spot hidden check, those of you who are walking down here.
I will re-roll.
Okay.
Open noise.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did terrible.
Hey,
Maria.
sometimes seeing isn't the best thing.
Is it just Maria that passes?
See?
Yeah.
I have good eyes.
That's close enough that I'll spend 7 luck to get a success.
Yeah. Okay, go for it. And so, Maria, you're at the front, and Edward, you're sort of at the back. And Maria, you sort of walk along this gangplank, these planks, and you can hear all the footsteps of your companions with you. And then you almost slip. And you look down, and there's water on the floor. And your mind drifts back to listening to that man go back down the other side saying it was slippery over there. And as you look down and focus, these wet patches look like footsteps. And Edward, you hear the clang of metal. You don't know where from, apart from it's behind you.
He whirls around because he's already normally jumpy, and the things that he might have seen have not helped. And so at this sound, he whirls around, and his derringer comes out of his, and he's just like...
In this, you can see the moonlight sort of just glinting on the Nile, and the oil lamps flicker.
Careful, it's so slippery right here. You know what she say about someone come on? If you look, I think they come on, they go that way.
And when she says that, I'm gonna reach in and put a hand on my revolver that are in my trousers, and just not pull it out, but just have it on there and be like, "Who would have swam out to get on this dang boat?"
He's right there.
Oh, besides that one, the second one, I should say. This is the original.
I don't know. We could find out. Maybe he is as charming as our Edward. You might want to steady your hand a little bit. You look a bit shaky, Edward.
Did all three of you bring weapons onto this boat?
You know, bring weapons?
Gracious, no.
Well, you have us. You don't need.
And Bo, you're sat at this table, still in the restaurant. There's there's someone who's wiping down the last of the tables. There's one other person at one of the tables sort of finishing off their drink, and you can see them stand up, sort of straighten themselves up and start to walk away. And I need you to make a spot hidden check for me, please.
That's a success.
As you sort of sit there and you sip your whiskey, the waiter sort of looks at you and says, would you like a top up before bed, sir?
You know I do. Thank you.
And he smiles and he pours, like just tops up that whiskey. And your eyes drift over to where the man who just left the table has been sat for quite a while and leaves wet footprints past your table and down the side of the corridor. And then back. Sorry, go on.
The guy who had just gotten up to go and straightened himself up? Okay.
You just see like a trail of wet footprints leave their shoes as they've disappeared down the side. The other side to your friends.
Before the waiter walks away, can I point that out to him?
Yeah, the waiter's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'll mop that up as soon as possible.
Yeah, well, I think that might mean that guy's maybe catching a ride on your boat. I don't know if that's something you guys get a lot here, but
no one can swim as far out here, especially with the crocodiles in the water.
Well, it must have been a mistake then.
Oh, have a good evening, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Good night.
Good night. And Edward, as you look back with that shaky hand with the gun, as your friends sort of stand behind you discussing these wet, soggy footprints, the moonlight catches something else. A blade around a corner, just a tiny bit of it, as if someone's not tucked quite far enough in, as they wait. And that is where we will leave this week's episode of Cthulhu. So.
Oh my god!
As long as who's still, I'm going to die.
Everyone okay?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, thank you so much for this. We'll probably pop over to the Discord just to maybe talk about our favorite bit or something like that. Chat, I'd love to hear your favorite bits in the Discord as well. Other than that, I'm very excited already for next week. I love the dynamic of these characters. So until next week, we'll see you later. Keep evoking emotions, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, guys.